Welcome to the broadcast. Let's fight. We hope that you guys are good and well wherever you're joining us from tonight. Welcome in the ring. Good to see so many of you on the live. Karen Mohammed is already here. Good to see you, Karen, and welcome to all the other folks who are now bouncing in. Moody Transport is Moody Country. Moody to the rescue tonight. Great to have all of you here with us. Share the live, folks. Smash, 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 smash that emoji. But oh, what an interesting day it was. What an interesting day it was. Apparently, folks, apparently. Jackie didn't like being overshadowed. You know, when you got going to family vault and come out, he didn't like being overshadowed today at all by Irfan Ali. So he apparently said, Irfan, I can overshadow you back. You all should know some of it by now. Good to see all of you on the live tonight. Welcome. Share the live, folks. Smash the emoji button as we give you guys a snapshot the last 24, last 48 hours, perhaps. But really good to have all of you on the live. Diane Graves, Andy, good to see you. Roxana Dessa, Sukchan Sudhari, good to have you beautiful folks on the live tonight. Good to have each and every one of you folks. We are fired up here and we are ready to go. We got the fight card set, folks. Good to see you all. We're a minute in, 300 plus of you already on the live. Frank Rice, good to see you. Debbie and Norma, Roxanne and Cheyenne, Rohan and Hula. Obi Chester, good to see you as well, folks. Good to see you. The opener, folks, the opener is Moody Country. Modi to the rescue. It was so refreshing. Seeing an international leader just stand today and deliver. You know, he ain't got to get vexing, say abusing, dogging, who rigging, who didn't rigging, who losing in India, who didn't losing. No. He understood the assignment, folks. He understood the assignment. Prime Minister of the largest democracy on the planet, over a billion folks. Narendra Modi took to the microphone today to make a statement and laid out some of the cooperation he's been doing with the government of Guyana on behalf of the people of Guyana. Folks, the people's prime minister. You know, you got your own faults. Narendra Modi, folks. Take a look, take a listen. Some of what he said today at State House.
In our meeting today, we identified new initiatives to further strengthen our cooperation. We will continuously efforts to enhance our mutual trade and economic cooperation. India has made a significant contribution in the skill development and capacity building of the people of Guyana as per their needs. This is a high priority area for India, and we will further enhance this cooperation. We have close cooperation in the area of agriculture. Last year, the millet seeds supplied by India, we were able to contribute to the food security of not only Guyana, but the entire region. Similarly, we will also cooperate to increase the cultivation of rice milling, sugarcane, corn, soya, and other crops. We also agreed to enhance cooperation between the agricultural institutions of both countries. The MOU being signed today in the area of agriculture will further strengthen our efforts. India is an important source of farmer products for Guyana. While increasing our farmer exports, we will also work on setting up Jan Aushadhi centers in Guyana. India has been contributing to the infrastructure development of Guyana as a trusted partner. I'm pleased that the first phase of the East Bank East Coast Road will soon be completed. The passenger and cargo ferry supplied by India last year has helped in enhancing connectivity in various parts of Guyana. By increasing our cooperation in the area of technology, we are giving our relations a futuristic direction. India's digital public infrastructure, or India Stack, is revolutionizing public service delivery. It is also an effective means to increase good governance and transparency. In our
Yep. That's what he said there, folks, from State House today. A very good evening and welcome to each and every one of you. Thanks for joining our broadcast this evening, folks. Thank you guys so much. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, speaking there today. So much came out of these bilaterals today. So much came out of it, this bilateral engagement. They say it is marking a significant milestone between Guyana and India relations. That's what we're hearing at this hour. Some of the areas of cooperation and memorandum of understanding that was signed today, memorandums of understanding that were signed today, folks, included health. They're seeking to strengthen pharma regulations while promoting affordable medicine, and who in Guyana can, welcome better health services. Yep, badly needed, badly needed. So we're watching that, folks, as one of the areas that is telling us that they're focusing on. Brenda, Dolly, Yvette, Patricia, Ingrid, and all the other folks who are joining us this evening. They're also going to be focusing on agriculture. Believe it or not, they say they're going to be advancing food security with innovative technologies. Yeah, we could use some of that, especially where sugar is concerned. And some of the other crops dipping a little bit there, becoming a total oil dependent economy. Resource curse, something like this called a Dutch disease. So agriculture, energy, and then technology is another area of focus between the two countries. They said they're going to be exploring real-time payment system and digitization. I think like somebody been listening to us. Somebody's been listening to us and our programs. Bringing us out these archaic system. Technology, they say, exploring, as they said, real-time payment systems and digitization. Moody's in town, folks. Moody is in town. This partnership, they say, symbolizes a shared vision for sustainable development and progress between the two countries. Oh, we got a lot of unpacking to do at this bilateral meeting today at State House. A lot of unpacking to do, folks. But first, that's the opener. That is just the opener, folks. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome to our humble broadcast. As you know, we got Moody on the card tonight. Moody's on the card. Daddy on the card too. Dada on the card as well. So I try to keep a straight face. I try to keep a straight face. On the card tonight as well. Dada. Can we stop right there? Like I want to talk about it now. Full of surprises. No one don't go to too many cabinets. Ambassador Hardy says he bringing a lot of hidden things. We gotta have Modi more often. A lot of things coming out. Folks, I'm scripted to deal with this later on. But like I want touching it now, Naomi. Happy Father's Day. Dr. Jagdeo, happy Father's Day. trust a fella like that. Like how? Like how? Give Jackie jacket. At least we know Irfan got young the young let's call it young man again. The young squire, and then they got the other young guys. You ain't gotta parade your kids 24/7. When people hiding children, I don't trust somebody like that. The folk signaling I gotta deal with this later on. I should I shouldn't deal with it now. A lot of hidden things coming out. A lot of hidden things coming out. Dada. That's what the folks said. Dada. Here when parents now move overseas. I look come out today, you know. We got an update on the tragedy, the Sheriff Street tragedy. We got an update on that. We almost had another one today on the Heroes Highway. They say to drive on Heroes Highway, you got to be a hero. Got to be a hero. So there's that too. Back to Father's Day celebration, Father's Day things. What was your front word? Huh? No wonder Jack the other day went to this thing. 5:30 in the morning, you got bottle and baby mouth. You can move as you like. A lot of hidden things coming out. Vesta? Vesta? lot of hidden things. I don't trust a fella like that. How? How? You know? Happy for the kids. Rest of us are worried about. How? So we got that to deal with. We got these updates to deal with as well. As we said, folks, Moody and GT, only to be clips. See, even now, like he finally stride. Judge said, no, I got something hidden here I can pull out now. What? Ali's folk says it's a historic day for Guyana, not the children, the India relations, emphasizing collaboration in critical sectors such as health, hydrocarbons, agriculture, and technology. That's what we're hearing. They're telling us that the Prime Minister's visit represents a significant milestone. I think that was Irfan's phrase. A significant milestone. And he highlighted the agreements that will, according to the PPP, will drive economic diversification and boost innovation in agriculture, urban planning, and healthcare. They said India's support in advancing our rice industry, for instance, healthcare innovations, right? And also in the areas of, for instance, in the areas of vaccine manufacturing, will, according to the reports, them boys, it will unlock tremendous opportunities for Guyana. It is time, perhaps, and it is perhaps a little past time that Guyana's potential becomes performance. Folks, we got a good country. Say, for an example, plagued as a PPP. You know, we got good land, mineral, this, that. The list goes on. What we've had is poor leadership. Poor leadership. And you know, the hog of the years has been under the PPP, at least in my short lifetime, has been under them boys. Poor leadership. So that is some of what Irfan Ali said today again, saying that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit represents a significant milestone in the history of our country and the relations that we share with India, and we are to look forward to these agreements driving economic diversification, boosting urban planning, boosting healthcare, advancing the rice industry, advancing healthcare innovations such as vaccine manufacturing, etc., etc., etc. So we're watching that, folks. We're watching that, and the Prime Minister, for his part, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for his part, he has lauded Guyana's role as a vital partner in India's energy and development goals. The Prime Minister said that we will create a roadmap for a long-term energy partnership. That's part of what he stated, emphasizing mutual efforts in agriculture and digital innovation and global climate initiatives. It's part of what the Prime Minister said. He also acknowledged the shared heritage, chicken curry, between India and Guyana. He said that the Indian community in Guyana is a matter of pride for the 1.4 billion Indians. Together, we're going to build a green and sustainable future. We're happy that the Prime Minister is with us, and we welcome him with open arms. We're very, very happy. Very, very happy that the Prime Minister is with us. And as we told you guys, a lot of other meetings, a lot of other multilaterals and bilaterals and duolaterals happening at the same time that the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has this official state visit to Guyana. So a lot of other things happening as well that we're looking at, folks. And in the realm of that India CARICOM Summit, we want to bring you some of what came out of that as a matter of keeping you guys up to speed with what's happening, folks, on the heels and on the, I don't want to say on the sidelines of the official state visit, but concurrently with the state visit together, they currently have the second India CARICOM Summit happening. And the current chairman of CARICOM, the young and able Decon Mitchell of Grenada, emphasized the importance of deepening the ties rather between India and CARICOM nations to tackle global challenges and foster sustainable development. That's what we hear came out of this meeting today. Mitchell also said that the summit is being co-chaired by the Grenadian Prime Minister and Irfan Ali, and some of what and Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. The summit highlighted collaborations. This is the part I wanted to get. The summit highlighted collaborations in trade, education, healthcare, and also climate resilience. All very, very important issues. Decon Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada, he commended India's contribution, including the COVID-19 vaccine donations. And he also praised the Prime Minister of India, his leadership in advancing global partnerships. The current second summit, the second India CARICOM Summit, they're telling us it underscored the shared values, plural, and the commitment to strengthening the economic, cultural, and people-to-people bonds between India and the Caribbean. And that's pretty much what the Guyana-India relationship hopes to do as well, to strengthen these economic, cultural, and people-to-people bonds. That is what it is aimed at. So that is some of what came out of the second India CARICOM Summit, happening concurrently with Prime Minister Modi's visit to Guyana. And we want to tell you that while this international leader, world leader, Narendra Modi, is in Guyana, remember he came from Brazil, and before that he was on a similar visit to, I think, Nigeria, happening in Brazil currently. They tell us the Chinese president arrived overnight in Brazil. They have the G20 meeting happening there. This is Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, arrived in Brasilia just yesterday, and he was warmly welcomed by some Spanish girls. Well, who can appreciate the warm welcome of the Spanish girls? Yeah. So we're looking forward to see what comes out of the G20 summit. They're telling us nothing new. Nothing new. Right? So he was welcomed by this band of Spanish girls, the Batala band, and he was also greeted by the Brazilian chief of staff of the Ministry of Presidency for Brazil, to put it simply. So We wish the G20 summit happening in Brazil the best. And as soon as we know some of the outcomes of that, folks, just like how we're telling you, no, you guys are going to hear some more of that. So you have that happening in G20 in Brazil. You got the second summit of the the India CARICOM India CARICOM summit happening concurrently with the state visit. So a lot happening, folks, regionally right now. A lot happening regionally. So we probably ought to share that with you. I know them boys meeting. As them boys meeting on that side, we got some things happening at our side as well. Xi Jinping, this is the Chinese leader, Chinese president, who is meeting in Brazil, arrived yesterday. Wish him the best there. While all this is happening, folks, we did talk about what Dickon Mitchell, the current chair of CARICOM, said in relation to this summit happening. We got some stuff happening by RN too. As I said, we're going good. You ever wake up good? Huh? Like this is turnover week. Huh? Trucks turning over Wild West. You'll be safe on those roads today. The thing going good. As I said, everyone look as though he's finding his stride and such and so forth. Then suddenly, Jack, you run out. He say, I want to tell you something. He say, I want to tell you something. Can you keep a secret? Folks, today, this is what? Post Father's Day. We were greeted with the news that a man we thought we knew, we don't know. I'm trying to catch myself. I don't know what to believe from the PPP. It's just the kind of people that it is, that they be, that they are. It's just the kind of folks, you don't know what to believe. We were told, and we saw, because he said it, the vice president, Barack, how do I put this like, introduced his daughters to the Prime Minister of India. This got to be a special meeting. We have had lots of world leaders come and go, Pompeo, and you had the Secretary of State for the US, Blinken. But something about the Prime Minister of India pulling out a lot of secrets. Take a look at that moment, folks, when the Vice President introduced his daughters, his family, to the Prime Minister of India.
All right, thank you. No, yes, it's fine. Right. No, yes, it's on. Right.
Yep, welcome back, folks. You all know we don't ordinarily make people's family part of the political hustings. Saying except we didn't know they had a family. You know, you see some people, you think they dropped from a coconut tree. Now we posted that video on our Facebook page there. Congrats. You know, what else we don't know? I was reading on social media when this news broke and kind of eclipse what was happening at the summit there, the second summit of the India CARICOM summit there, the state visit. I hear they got a son somewhere now. I hear they may got some other big children, 35-year-old and so on. You know, when they got children, they got to get children come from somewhere. You know, no other country on earth you could do the things that people get away with in this country. No other country on earth. And a man just come out just and say, hey, love your whole family. What's going on in this place? What's going on in this place here? You say they got a son. You read the tea leaves on Facebook. You see everything. Give Jackie jacket. Every time I like to be. They come out day one, they said, we children going to public school. Yeah, no matter what. We children going to public school. We fight them and then we let it be. You know. If and Ari said we slimming down or Zimpic, we can tack with stomach and thing. Right? So who want back ball better get back ball better? We say fair enough. We fight them. When you get hiding the whole family from a country, you could be trafficking in people easy. You could be trafficking in people easy in this place here. What? We got qualified tournament, you know. You know, I'm always fascinated by the things that I don't know. That's what worries me. What don't I know? It's a lot. My mother used to tell us, you're the ones who know how much you know that you don't know. That was a parable for long time. Long time to me. And then Jack the runner this afternoon. You know, this is the kind of people who's got people. You ever watch a movie? Some people nice on the surface. Nice on the surface. Right? And then next thing you hear, years later, somebody get rescued from a basement, locked away for 30 years, and then the neighbors come in and say, but he was such a nice man. Oh my God. We didn't expect that from him. Oh my God. Such a nice man. Oh, we feel betrayed. People that hide the whole family from a country. Whole family from a country. Well, they wouldn't do. But this is a country we take a lot of things lightly. First lady get locked out the state house, put out the state house, got to sleep outside the gate. Just another day in the 592. Just another day. But hear this part. Hold on. Hear this part. If things are nice, what would you do? For instance, what would you do if you hear not only they had a whole family, you know, all this niceness that is going on, fastest growing economy on paper, biggest GDP per capita, high income country on paper, biggest GDP per capita on paper, Them nices. And you here, the family living overseas. You got a big son in college. Huh? You got a big daughter who is a doctor somewhere. And of course, you got the two little ones now. So when the man said, I don't have too much cabinet meeting. I don't understand why. You're forgiven. You're busy. Busy, busy, busy. Come, yeah. Go back in the cupboard there. You're busy, busy. I understand. You're busy. Busy. I understand. Right? I understand. Busy. Busybody. Busybody. Busy. Here's story here now. The folks from the PNC know the whole thing. You saw the moment when, I don't know if it's me. You saw the moment. You saw the moment when I see Irfan Ali push your own family out the way. He said, no. This is a rare moment here. Let this man, let me get a picture here. You can see two women approach Irfan Ali. They said, that's Irfan family. Mother, auntie, somebody. Irfan said, no. Mommy, you live your life already. You come to the side. This man here, Sharon, you let this man take a picture. One for the books. One for the books. You see, he even push your whole family aside. Say, no, y'all listen. You live your life already. These Sharon here, let me get the picture of them. We don't know when again we seen them. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? But where really want to get to? If you hear they got people got the whole people family left and now. This is not young people going after college. This big people. Saying now we done with this country. We care if we son is president. If Slim Things is first lady. We in this. When you see everyone push your whole family to the side, say, let me get this food. Right? All right. And look, PM Modi now going to tap Irfan son his show like, Jesus. Pinch my young sala, make sure this thing here right. You see, Irfan push your family side. Yeah, come out the way. Come out. Zayad, you come out the way. You young. Come out the way. Let this man get the moment. We know when again. Right? Watch. Modi can tap Zayad in his shoulder and say, Zayad, pinch me here. Zayad, you pinch me, youngster. Pinch me. Right? He said, what the hell? What the tap now? What the tap? Bah. Pinch me. He said, wake him up. Wake him up. Wake him up. This country is not a real place. Even everyone from there. Like everyone said, come, let hear the story, you know. Come, let hear the story. Come. We're not the only ones reporting this. Newsroom, the room with the news. Said Jack, you introduced his kids to Modi and said, these are my daughters. These are my daughters. What? God help me. But hear them my sanity. Marvin Williams in the PNCR. Marvin know the whole thing. Marvin knows some. I telling you, Marvin know the whole thing. The whole thing. If you got big family and people say done with this place, can it take two? Shovel snow, sell paper, something. Can it take two? McDonald's, KFC, Pepsi, something. Marvin Williams know the whole thing.
When a head of government goes on the world stage and boasts that the country he leads is among the richest in the world, with equal opportunity for all, with the fastest growing economy this side of the world, with one of the highest GDP per capita anywhere in the world, When such a president can preside over such a country and find a place in another developed country or in a developed country for his parents to live, something is wrong.
That was executive member of the People's National Congress, Marvin Williams. He was speaking on his podcast, Nation Watch. He said that such an action contradicts what the president is preaching and what he's doing.
The two do not agree. If you are presiding over the best country in the world, why are your parents living in Canada?
He said that the president should have kept his parents in the country with the health care that he's providing, with the security that he brags about, and the public services available to the people of Guyana.
Why do you not allow them to share this space with us in this richest country in this part of the world, in this fastest growing economy, this part of the world? Why did you send them away where there's universal health care? Why did you send them away where security is assured? Why didn't you keep them here or encourage them to stay here?
Williams said that something is fundamentally wrong. He said that President Irfan Ali is presiding over what is seen as the richest country in this corner of the world, but populated with the most poor people per capita in the Western Hemisphere.
Corruption in this country is rampant. Allegations of corruption at the level of the police force that must enforce the laws of this country. Troubling times. More people being shot, more people being robbed, armed robbery on the increase, but yet serious crimes are on the decline. We're not foolish.
Yeah. But there's the what there. When you experience people say we done, we can't take it anymore. We can try with luck in Canada. Maybe people know we're coming down the line. 2025. Maybe people know we're coming down. People get to know before. Before the ship start. Today was what day? Say what? Ah, boy. The Public Accounts Committee. The Public Accounts Committee. That's another what? Them boys are meeting. Them boys are meeting with no regularity. Right? No, hold on. Before we get there, before we get there, my parliamentary term recommit. Before we get to page 5, could we recommit page 4? You know that case that was brought, I think by Christopher Jones and Tabitha Haley, says Jagdeo, he's not really MP. He don't really come to Parliament. He should be struck off the book. Right? Well, the judge said today that only Parliament can strike off the books. It can infer into the dealings of Parliament. That's part of what it said. Right? That an MP seat, this is what they were arguing, is vacated if they absent themselves for more than 6 consecutive sittings, as according to the standing orders. Right? 6 consecutive sittings within the same session. Since them boys gone in back 2020, Jagdeo must have went 3 times in 4 years. If so many. But I understand now. The man busy. So you got to be absent for 6 consecutive sittings within the same session or 2 months without obtaining a written permission from the speaker. And Jagdeo missed in one stretch 11 consecutive sittings. That's how important the National Assembly is. 11. Folks, I want you to understand this. Parliament don't meet with regularity. So 11 sittings might be for the whole life of the 12th Parliament. Parliament probably meets what? 3 times a year. Budget, you can get a couple of times they can take. They got to come for the money. Or else you mightn't see them at all. Like the kids. So when a man miss 11 consecutive sittings, and this is a man who confessed, I don't go cabinet steady. He don't go to the National Assembly steady, clearly. Probably is their home. Yeah, this homework for that. I understand that. I give you that. Guys, a little homework for those. How much is it? Right? You divider, you put up one, you take down, you cross off, you bring down. The homework here, you paper these books. I understand. 11 consecutive sittings for 11 consecutive sittings. And they're arguing that it violated the Constitution. It violated the standing orders. But Judge Harnanen, who this case was pleaded before, Judge Harnanen said this is Speaker who is responsible for determining whether these conditions are met. That's what he said. A seat does not become vacant automatically. Right? Both conditions must be fulfilled and verified by the Speaker, of course. See what he did there, Judge Harnanen. He highlighted that the separations of powers between Parliament and the Executive give Parliament the authority, well, Parliament, the Executive, and the Judiciary, gives Parliament the authority to manage its own procedures unless there's a clear violation of the Constitution. And the awarded costs, I think, the Speaker, AG, and Jack Leo. He awarded costs. I just wanted them. What? Put that in there. So he don't go to Parliament, he don't go to Cabinet. And then you get some ministers now. They don't attend the Public Accounts Committee. They put themselves up to sit in the committee. Supposed to be scrutinizing the last government, this government spending. But it seems to only like scrutinize the last. Opposition Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal. He says that the members of the government are deliberately stalling. He's a member of the committee. Stalling the Public Accounts Committee by their frequent absenteeism. And from the 5:30 meeting, we know another contractors absent too. So it's government by absenteeism. They don't go Parliament, they don't go Cabinet, they don't go PAC. Government by absenteeism. And this has resulted in meetings occurring only once a month. Once a month. And Ganesh has alleged that a motion requiring 2 government members for a quorum has hampered the PAC ability to scrutinize public expenditures and the audit reports from 2020 to 2023. That's its contention. And this is now undermining democratic oversight and transparency. Undermining it. This might have been the will of those who are absenting themselves. So we're watching that. And while we're on that, we heard also Ganesh speaking to the issue of why we are protesting now. And that protest is gaining momentum. Every Tuesday in front of GCOM, he said it's to prevent some of the foolishness we see the last time, 2020. But let them boys like the same set of foolishness. Because if you don't go Cabinet with regularity, you don't go Parliament with regularity, you don't go PAC with regularity, you got to get some backdoor means in which you're coming back in. Unless your parents know something we don't know. And that's why they beat out and left y'all. See, these are the things we're trying to prevent. That's why we're protesting. Thank you.
The opposition People's National Congress reform picketed at the office of the Guyana Elections Commission on Tuesday. This has become a weekly exercise Opposition leader Aubrey Norton said that the protest is aimed at sending a message that there must be a clean voters list and biometrics for the next elections.
GCOM has been complicit and know full well that the PPP is sharing cards to foreigners who are not entitled to be on the list. And therefore, they know full well that we have to take action to ensure that those persons are not allowed to vote.
Last week, in a press release, chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, stated that any registered person is entitled to vote. She said that the opposition has people at every registration center. But Norton is contending that the PPP is giving out identification cards to whomever it wants.
No problem with people who are entitled to vote. We know, and I've said this, a lot of the Guyanese from who get citizenship grow up in English-speaking houses, and so they speak English. But when you're picking up any Venezuelan who doesn't know English, or any Brazilian, you name the person, we're not against foreigners. We are against you taking foreigners who are ineligible to vote and put them on the list.
Norton contended that the PPP has been losing support in its constituency. This has led to the resort to padding the voter list.
And so we are aware that they are trying to pad the voters list. They are running from biometrics because they recognize they have lost support and they can't win a free and fair election. So they are preparing to rig the 2025 election. Before the PPP changed the law when they came to power, if you wanted to register, VCOM had to go and verify that you existed and that you are at the address that you claim. They remove verifying the person, and once you go and you see that there's a lot called 27, you don't have to verify that the person lives at 27. And that's what I mean when I say they are removing the guardrails. They have effectively removed all the mechanisms to verify the existence of people.
PNCR executive member Vince Roy Jordan was also in the picket line.
That our call here is not just for the People's National Congress reform or for a political party. It is for all Guyanese. It is for democracy. It is for credible elections. And in order for us to have credible elections in Guyana, we must have a clean voters list and biometrics.
He said that many people have died both locally and overseas, but their names remain on the list.
So the NRR is extremely bloated, and from that is where we have our official list of elected. Apart from that, again, we see that there are Guyanese who would have migrated, would not return to Guyana, and their names are still on the list.
Ganesh Mahipal, another executive member and member of parliament, said that there is need for transparency in the elections.
2020 elections have shown us that there are a lot of unfortunates that can occur in our elections. And if we don't stand up for us to have credible elections with credible results now, then we will only be compromising on fundamentals, which is something that we should not have.
He said that there were many irregularities in the 2020 elections.
Where we had a number of persons who were out of the jurisdiction and apparently casted a vote. We have people who were registered as dead and their names were scratched off as voted. We had unsigned oaths of identity. We had several anomalies, abnormalities, and irregularities. And biometrics.
Guyana, get ready for a night of nostalgic and classical hits as the PNCR presents a grand oldies party on Saturday, November 30th at Congress Place Fire, featuring Super Ray one-man band, Big P one-man band, and Determined Family. Join us on Saturday, November 30th at Congress Place Sophia. Don't miss this night of unforgettable tunes and timeless memories. Admission is just $1,000. There will be a well-stocked bar and finger foods available. Come out and support this event.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. That was Ganesh Mahipal before the ad. The leader of the opposition, Mr. Aubrey Norton, and member of parliament as well, Vince Roy Jordan. He's in order, 60. You see the Article 60 that was supposed to remove difficulties and end up bringing more difficulties when we bust the ballot boxes to do recount. You see the Article 60? Huh? That was supposed to facilitate the reconciliation of ballots issued with ballots destroyed, ballots spoiled, ballots stamped, the counterfoils of those ballots, statistical anomalies, among other things. You see, when we bust the boxes to remove the difficulties, and then boys see the difficulty, they say, let me close up this box back. Let me close up this box back. They didn't want the difficulties removed then. Suddenly they start saying, well, GCOM is not a court. GCOM can investigate impersonations. And then the CCJ told us that Order 60 created a new electoral regime at variance with the Constitution. That's what told us, don't really bother too much with that. Don't really bother too much with that. You see there, the 60. We want more impersonations. That is why we want what people said they wanted 2015 biometrics. Right? Papa. You see, I was a prophet long now. Papa Jagabat. Papa. Papa see one scan all your eye. He wants scan all your. You want blood sample, stool sample. We say we ain't going so far. Slabby. Take the fingerprints. Huh? And some other little fine things. He see you want blood sample. Even the embassies. Their parents find out and left we in subjecting people all this. When them boys see the difficulties in the box that the Order 60 was meant to remove, they run to the CCJ. CCJ say, this thing here at variance now. This thing little at variance now. It's at variance now. We're still waiting for final credible count. We're still waiting for final credible count. And then boys, when we go back into all of that, well, we're learning this country. GCOM, Claudette, we're learning. We had the Sheriff Street tragedy yesterday. You will think some folks and said, this morning here we can slow down. Yeah. This is Guyana. Beautiful Guyana. Folks, this is the only country on the earth Only country. Accident happens. We go with tamper with the accident scene. Because Mori and tongue, Mori got for pass. We right inside the truck, you know. We push the truck in the car now. This is the only country on earth. Have you seen that? Huh? You don't move where the vehicle is going. Push the whole truck in the car now. We'll deal with you some other time. Y'all don't hear it. Y'all playing heroes on this heroes highway. Y'all don't hear it. Go in the car now. I can see ropes and Ben and one jello, they're pushing the truck. Go in the car now, man. You see the accident happen? From where you see the truck just push. We're moving nothing here. We ain't solving no problems in this country. We sweeping things under the rug. Just in case. Money got parts here, but go in the car. I don't know what else to tell you all. Besides, we met Jagduk children today. I don't know what else to tell you. Push your whole truck in the car, man. Push your whole damn truck in the car. We're learning. We ain't taking learning. We ain't taking learning. Police telling us they're still investigating the horrific accident on the road yesterday. This, of course, you know, is at Sheriff Street, Sheriff and Dennis. Horrific accident there. They said they're still investigating this accident yesterday, November 19. It claimed the life of pedestrian Carlton Smart. The thoughts and prayers with Carlton's family. 42 years old. 42 years young. 9 vehicles, the police tell us, were involved in this accident. As 2 motor lorries, 2 sand trucks collided. See, the accident is triggered when a speeding motor lorry GAH 5183 failed to obey the stop sign and collided with another sand truck. Lorry GAH 8008. According to the Ghana Police Force, in a statement just today, they said the resulting chaos caused extensive damage as vehicles collided with each other, stationary cars, a utility pole, and a nearby building. Smart, Carlton Smart, the 42-year-old pedestrian, fast with his family. He was struck and trapped under GAH 5183, succumbing to his injuries on the scene. Both truck drivers sustained injuries, and one is still hospitalized for further observation. And of course, as we said, police are still investigating, and they tell us that notices of intended prosecution have been served on the drivers involved. They say further actions are pending. A postmortem examination. Right? Lorry GAH 51883 is owned by one Joan Feddy of Nabakalis Village on the East Coast, and it was driven at the time by Denzel Webb, a 28-year-old from Belfield Village on the East Coast. And motor lorry GAH 8008 is owned and was driven by one Emmanuel Henry, a 26-year-old from Lusignan. 26-year-old from Lusignan. Good folks, that's the update we have for you. At the moment, that is the update we have for you at the moment on this matter. Our thoughts and prayers with Carlton Smart's family. Loved one left and just didn't come back because of the recklessness of the folks who use the roadways. So that's information we have for you folks at the hour, as we know more, folks, you guys are going to know more as well. As I said, our thoughts and prayers are with Carlton Smith's family, the 41-year-old gentleman that lost his life as a result of this madness. And here's story now as we close. Here's story. If you missed the other two, what? Early in the show. You know, they're still tormenting the folks at Peter's Hall. And that's what MP Nima Flubest tells us. You know, they're still tormenting the folks at Peter's Hall. That, but the ministry help you move out. You have them cut your light and your water. Listen to the prices. Yeah.
The removal of the residents from Peters Hall East Bank Demerara is traumatic for the people being removed. The government moved to acquire the property by way of compulsory acquisition. Those homeowners moved to the courts over the inadequate compensation. In the end, the government was forced to pay them the market value. But despite the money, these people are experiencing discomfort, according to Member of Parliament Nima Flubest.
Those people in Peters Hall who are on the verge of removing, all of them have not removed as yet, most of them. Some are still in the court. There's no decision made because, as you know, the government does not want to give them the valuation that they was able to get privately done. But the government want to give them very low value for their properties and their assets and so forth that they have there. So I know for the elderly people, it has been tremendously difficult.
Some had been living at the location for more than 70 years. Many find the new location uncomfortable.
The access to certain services is difficult for them. Then they have to pay electricity, water, and all these things, and they're not fully relocated. They have to rent homes for 6 months. And like I've said before, there's no guarantee in 6 months that they will actually be able to be in their own homes.
Ms. Flubest said that there is no psychosocial support for the seniors who have been relocated.
I've been calling for the Ministry of Social Services to provide counselors and people to help these people to transition into their new environment, their new homes. It is very difficult because those persons find it very hard to remove from that area, especially the elderly, and relocate it just like that. They will not have their fruit trees, the things that they're accustomed to.
The Housing Ministry has been helping the affected residents find rental accommodation, but there is some corruption here. Some Housing Ministry staff are trying to squeeze money from the displaced people.
Imagine telling someone they got part of the money or some of the money from the Ministry of Housing or the government, by extension, to do their relocation, but for them to get assistance to remove, to be able to transport their household items from that location to the other location, people to want to charge as much as $3 million for transportation and $6 million and all kinds of things.
All the other folks joining us, what? $3 million. $3 million to move furniture from point A to B. It's like they're moving them to Canada. $6 million? What? That's a time. Apologies for the audio. That's her time, folks. That's her time. Stay safe. Don't let them boys bother y'all. Looking for the road users. Looking for the children too.